Hey guys, Ted. I'm in my memorabilia room, I guess you'd call it. And this video is inspired by Brian Roth, one of the guys I met at the National. Good guy, B Roth 6 on here. Make sure you go check him out. He has a great video up right now. He is a super Hank Greenberg collector, and he has his top 10 Hank Greenberg autographs on some really cool cards, including his rookie card. Really very cool. So go check out Brian at B Roth 6. Also, want to mention Michael Shane, his buddy, and another good guy, also a Greenberg collector and a Johnny Bench collector. He is Jericho 141 IMI, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Michael. But this was inspired by Brian. He came up with a ten best videos yesterday. And so I decided to do a 10 best autographs. Now, when I show you these, you may or may not know or care about these guys. Some of them are no big deal, but it's just where they're signed, what is signed, all that kind of stuff. So the first one I want to show you is this Green Bay Packers towel. Um, First guy that signed it was Fuzzy Thurston. So I got this towel with the Fuzzy Thurston on it. And I went up to a show in Manchester, New Hampshire. And I got Dave Robinson to sign that. And he put this Hall of Fame inscription on it. And I remember he looked at it and he said, am I going to be able to sign that? And I had this really wide Sharpie. And he did. He signed it. He was really happy when he signed it. So really cool piece. I would have loved to have been at the National on Wednesday. I was there. I went to the National, but I would have loved to have been there on Wednesday when Jerry Kramer was there. Loved to have gotten that, but wasn't able to do that. Second one, this guy is one of my favorite football players of all time. He's just a super guy. He came to the show here in Springfield, and he was signing, and I bought this. It's a Helmet Bank, and I don't know how well you can see it, but he signed it in gold for me, which really came out nice. It's Rob Ninkovich. He was charging for inscriptions. I didn't pay for one, but he put two-time Super Bowl champion for me. Very cool guy. I also have a Logan Mankins football, but this was really cool. Just a really good guy, really nice guy, and he was really good to the people there, and I thought it was a really cool auto. Now, when we get down to the end, you guys, anybody that knows me knows what my favorite one is going to be, but we'll get there. So, next one, this is the best IP autograph I've ever gotten. This guy just... he was amazing. He negotiated his own stuff. He negotiated the price. He negotiated everything. A lot of people have a problem with him because of some of the things he did in his life. He went to jail and he paid people back. So I went and I met Denny McClain. This is a helmet he signed for me. I got the helmet and the 11x14 up there. And I said, how much? And he said, $35. In an era where Jim Brown was $300 or so at the National, or $180 or whatever the hell it was, $35. So he signed it, Denny McClain, 31/6, 1968, with all of this stuff. Look at that. So just a really cool guy. Talked to me for, wow, long time about baseball. And then he signed that. All the same stuff. Just a really, really good guy. And was really happy to get that. Now, I like vintage. So I'm going to show you a couple of vintage. This first one is something I bought at an auction. And the reason I bought it is I like to get different things signed. And when I saw this, I had to have it. This is a 1950s Wheaties ad. and it's personalized to somebody, but I don't care. It is signed by Bob Feller. Bob Feller is not the hardest autograph in the world to get. He signed just about everything and was just a good guy. But I like it because of what the piece is. I really like that piece. It's a very cool piece. So that is one of my favorites. One of my other favorites. This is nothing, this is not a special piece. Um, there's nothing spectacular about this, except for who it is. Um, it's because of what it's on. It's nothing spectacular. It's on a picture, and so this came out of a yearbook or something, and it's Johnny Vandermeer. Um, Johnny Vandermeer pitched 2 no-hitters, for those who don't know. 2 no-hitters in a row. He's the only person to ever do that. So I thought that was really cool. And so when I picked that up, I was really, really happy with that. One of my other favorites, and the reason this is one of my favorites, this guy is just a good guy. He has a podcast he does with Tom Zappala on PSA, and just a really good guy. If you talk to him on Twitter, he asks questions on Twitter to fans, and he'll go back and forth with you, and he really likes to get to know the fans. I was talking to him at the National for a little bit about the Red Sox and what he thought, and this guy was just an amazing third baseman. Hit 40 home runs a couple times. Rico Petrocelli, that's a signed jersey. Really cool piece, and really happy that I have this. And like I said, I talked to him at the National. Just a really, really good guy who likes to talk to fans. So I really do like that a lot. One of my pieces that's not mainstream sports, but really cool. I have this Michael Phelps. Guy is the greatest swimmer of all time. 22 gold medals, I believe. Just a fantastic, fantastic swimmer and Olympian, and really, really happy to have that one. I don't have a lot of, outside of baseball. I got a couple boxings up there, Willie Pep and all that kind of stuff. And, but that one I really, really do like a lot. Now, this one is a card. I wouldn't usually count it, but as a guy who's been in recovery for a long time, I've watched this guy struggle, and I watch him now, and he looks really good. And when I met him, he looks really good. And when I shook his hand, I told him I'd been sober for 12 and a half years, and he shook my hand and he gave me a hug, and he was just really good guy to talk to. Dwight Gooden was really, he was the man. He was the man. He would have been a Hall of Fame pitcher if he hadn't really screwed his life up. So I was really happy to get this one signed. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything interesting for him to sign, I guess I would say. But really, really cool piece. And again, it means a lot to me. So now I'm going to show you something that's a little off the wall. I bought this. This is from 1969. This is from the Little League World Series. And as you can see, it's got the winning team's hat. I forget who it is. But there's a ball in there. And it is signed by all of the kids from that 1969 team. It came in that plastic case. And I realize that that's not a major league thing, and it's not a big... But when I got that, it's one of the coolest things that I own, man. It really is a cool, cool piece. Just a piece of history, And I really like that a lot. I think it's different. And as a guy who likes different, that's different. Now, I'll show you. I've got a lot of balls, Hall of Famers, Paul Runge, the umpire, Jim Colborn. I'm trying to think who's in there. I know there's McGuire in there. I know there's Roberto Alomar in there. There's the Mayor Sean Casey hats, all that kind of stuff. I got a little bit of everything. But my favorite, and anybody who knows me will realize this, as a Griffey collector, this is a bat. I got this from anybody that knows Nick Mizzy. I got this from Ideal Sports, and they had it when they had their store in Springfield. Gave me a great price on it. I was with Jay McGillicuddy when it happened, and so it's signed by Dad and Junior. So really cool. Came with the letter of authenticity, and that, my friends, is my favorite autograph that I have. Like I said, I have some. There's Harmon Killebrew, Carlton Fisk, blah, blah, blah. I've got a ton of them. Just a ton of them. So that's that. I thought that I'd put that out there. Thought it's probably not the most exciting video in the world, but I thought I'd show you what I got for autographs. Some of them. I have hundreds of them. And you know, if you've got a collection like that, show us off yours. Show us your 10 best autographs. That wasn't 10, but you know. Anyways, hope everybody has a great night, and go check out B-Raw 6. You'll not only see his Hank Greenberg, but you will see his epic box opening at the National. He got a it's epic. Just believe me, it's epic. And go check out Michael Shane at Jericho 141 IMI. Great guy, absolutely fantastic to talk to and deal with, and hope to see you guys in the future. See ya.